Hi guys, it's Bree here with Northland Marketing. As promised, I wanted to go ahead and record this video for you. So I wanted to start with your website and kind of go over what I found, what I saw, and go over some of the competitors that show up online in your area. I went to your URL, and the first thing that pops up is this pop-up here that says coming soon, opening early fall 2024, which I think is a good idea at the time of opening. However, now that you guys are open and it's been over a year, I think it's important to probably get rid of this so people don't think that this is the website. Some people are so ridiculous. So I think it would be good to take this down now. And also, we don't really want to cater to people that you guys just joined the area. We probably want to make it look like you've been there for a while. So I think it would be a good idea to probably just take this down for now, although I do love that you're getting emails, and I don't think it would be a bad idea to still have a mailing list on the website. Now, if I X out of that, it brings me to your website. And I know you said a lot of these photos were from your suppliers, and so I can kind of tell that this is a supplier photo, but it's beautiful. It's a very beautiful photo, and if we're going, you have really great photos on here, of course, because they're from suppliers. But this one looks more like a real photo. But if we could get, and I've seen this one before, if we could get the same quality, the same level of quality from the jobs you guys have done, that would be ideal. So having a professional photographer come in and take some photos. So beautiful photos on the site, which I love. There's not really a whole heck of a lot more on here. There's a small little paragraph here talking about what you do, lots of photos, a little bit more about you guys. These photos are kind of off, like there's nothing over here. It says you're opening still, and then a call to action. So obviously the site could definitely use a little bit of updating, especially now that you guys are open and have some some finished product photos. Aside from that, we're going to want to have a services drop down, and underneath services, it's going to talk about kitchen design, bathroom design, installation or remodeling, or we'll need to go through exactly what services you kind of want to highlight there. But we definitely want to have a services drop down. On the home page, we want to have those services called out very clearly, and people can click to learn more about it, see more photos. We want a gallery page. I know you have photos on the home page, but we also want a gallery page as well. We want client testimonials on the home page. That's kind of important for people to see, especially for some of those bigger projects. They're really going to want to see that other people were happy with you guys. So just some important things to have on the website. Now, from an SEO perspective, right, we're looking at this from how you're ranking on Google perspective. There's kind of a lot of things missing. The first thing is going to be that you really want to have about 1,500 words on your home page. And this is for two reasons. The first reason being is that Google has these crawlers, and the crawlers come through and read the content. They try to figure out what areas you serve and what services you offer. The more content you have on your home page, the more you're going to look like an expert in Google's eyes. The second reason being is that you want to beat out the competitors. So if the competitors have 1,000 words, then you want to have 1,500 and so on. Now, within this content, you want to have keywords. And keywords are things that people search when they're trying to find you. For example, if someone had Googled kitchen designer New York, and you had kitchen designer New York all over, or whatever town, whatever the search term was, you had that search term all over your website, you're going to be really relevant for that search, and Google's going to be willing to put you higher at the top. So in addition to not having quite enough content on here, there is not really any keywords that I saw, and so those are some things we'd really want to fix with the site. Now, if we did a Google search for kitchen design in your town, and we scroll down, these are the Google business profiles. And you really want to be listed within the top 3 of these, because the top 3 are the ones that are going to receive the most amount of work because they're the easiest to find. The way you can get yourself into these top 3 is by 1, having one, 2, filling it out as much as possible. And I mean having reviews on there, having photos on there, having holiday hour services. You can post to this profile just like social media. I mean, really interacting with this profile. And 3, just having your information online. So having your name, address, and phone number in online directories like Yelp or Yellow Pages. Having that information online is going to help tie back to the profile, empower it, and show that there's proof of you online. So those are the 3 main ways to really get a profile ranking. Now, the website below here, let's take a look. So the top one is Balada. I assume that's how you say that. So let's take a look. And the websites below here, these are called the organics. So let's take a look at the site listed first in the organics. Again, they've got beautiful photos, but they do look like supplier photos to me still. And they may not be, but they do look like supplier and stock photos. Okay, so looking at their page, they have a collections page or collections drop down, which this isn't a bad idea either. If you guys have themes that you really want to get people's eyes on, we can absolutely have a drop down for that. Or we could have just one page that goes over all of the different styles. They have a brochure, news and blog. I don't like that they don't have their services. The services should really be called out immediately. Okay, so collections, and you can click to it, about them, and you can click to it. Oops, trade. I'm having a hard time scrolling this website, which is kind of annoying me. Moving, oh my goodness. Okay, where their showrooms are. So it looks like they've got a lot of showrooms. A little bit more information about them. Okay, so not bad. Yeah, I can see they put some effort into this site. And let's take a look at why they're ranking. This is a paid program I use called Eros to kind of get an eye into the back end of the site and see what we're up against. The second thing I want to go over is UR and DR ratings. These ratings are really important for where you fall within the Google search results. UR rating is essentially a trust rating with Google, and a DR rating is essentially a power rating with Google. One of the main ways you can raise these numbers is through something called a backlink. Essentially, all a backlink is just like a brand endorsement. So if there's another website and they said, hey everyone, Balada is the best ever, check them out, here's their website, and there was a button back to their website, that's a backlink. It's a link back to their site, and that brand is endorsing them. And that means a lot to Google because if another brand is endorsing you guys, you must be important. And the more important that brand is, like the more trustworthy that brand is that endorses you, the more it matters, the more power you get. And what's cool is we can click on this and go through and see what brands endorse them and see if we're able to get those for your site to help power your site. And then lastly, and most importantly, I want to talk about organic keywords. These are the keywords within the content that I was talking about before. For example, kitchen designers, New York City. This may or may not be something you're going after, but I just kind of want to explain how these work. This is a keyword that they are definitely going after. We can see there's approximately 90 people who are Googling this per month, which is good to know. Custom kitchens, NYC, approximately 60, so we can see the comparison. Kitchen design, New York, approximately 90 people per month. Hamptons kitchen design, approximately 60. Kitchen design, NYC, approximately 80. NYC kitchens, approximately 50. Kitchen designers, New York, approximately 70. Kitchens, NYC, 30. All right, I'm not going to go through every single one, but you can see there's lots of keywords, lots of different variations. They vary between area and town and style and product. So it's important to kind of get an idea of what you want to go after in the areas, and then we can do research and figure out which words are going to be the best and have the most search volume. Now, if we take a look at your website's ratings, we can see your DR is 0. Your UR does have a little bit, you have a couple backlinks, but your website's not really targeting any words here. And that's fine. If you haven't worked with a marketing company on this stuff, that's totally normal. This is a good starting point. However, we really want to build up. So the other thing that they kind of have, other companies will have against you is age of their website, and unfortunately, that's something we can't make up, right? Like your website's only as old as it is. So, but everything else we can work on. We want to get more content on the website. We want to have the website optimized. We want to get keywords in the content, and we really want to raise these numbers with some high quality backlinks. I hope that this helps, and I look forward to speaking with you guys further. Have a great day.